All right, we're going to do a video here, trailering with the 2025 Equinox EV. I have got to take my bike to the courthouse to get tagged and titled. And you know, this is a good day to do this. 70 degrees, got the battery charged to 90%, and the drive's about 50, 60 miles. It's going to be a good test to see, you know, in reality, what you would use this vehicle to tow with. You know, jet skis, a boat, a motorcycle trailer. I don't think you're really going to be towing something like a 6x12 enclosed trailer loaded to the gills. This is about what the intent and purpose is with the car like this, crossover rather. But yeah, we're going to see how it does, and I will have some reports back to you about the efficiency. Okay, so we're about 25 miles in. I've kept pretty consistent speed, 60 miles an hour. And we're right at 1.9 miles per kilowatt hour. So really that's not bad. Charged at 90%, that gives me around a 140 mile range. And it's stayed pretty steady at that. So now imagine if you're rolling down the interstate doing 70, it's going to drop considerably, definitely. But for how it is right now, really happy with it, especially with this weather. It's just a good day to drive. Good day to drive an EV and to tow with one. Okay, we've went a little over 50 miles, and again, we're towing a combined weight of around 1,200 pounds with a single axle trailer. And I've been keeping consistent between 55 and 59. Cruise is set at 59 right now, and I'm at 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So do the math there, fully charged. That's a 178 mile range, and if it keeps like this, I'm just going to say I continue to be impressed with just EV ownership in general, but notably with General Motors EVs. I really am. I love how they overperform, and that's been accounted for not just by myself, but Edmunds, Consumer Reports they've reported it. Their EVs do very good in that area, but well, now we're at 2.2. So anyways, you do the math there, we're getting around 74 miles to a gallon. If this was an internal combustion vehicle, it would be the equivalent of a gasoline powered car towing 1,200 pounds and getting 71 miles to a gallon. You just got to think about that. Just got to think about that for a moment. So another thing I want to add to this is, and I've driven plenty of these crossover vehicles with trailer and provisions, towing motorcycles or towing small cargo trailers, you know, things that within 1,500 to 2,000 pound range. And one thing I've noticed about the Equinox EV is that it doesn't buck and it doesn't judder with what I'm towing. And with other crossover internal combustion vehicles, you get a lot of that lurching and bucking, and just the fact that you know you're driving a crossover SUV built on a unitized platform, a unitized chassis. So really, when it comes to this Equinox, I can really only think of two things. One, it's close to 5,000 pounds curb weight, and two, it's got that big massive battery pack that undoubtedly is a stressed member of the chassis, and just boxes the whole thing in, just makes it just absolutely rock solid. I'm telling you, it drives amazing while towing this trailer and motorcycle in the back. It's just like I just don't even notice it's there. All right, at 65 miles now. And I do got to ask you guys, like, what are you people doing to get 1 mile per kilowatt hour when you're towing stuff? Just literally maxing out the weight capacity of the trailer that you're towing with, or just doing 85? Because everything I've been told, oh, you'll only get 1 mile per kilowatt. Oh, it doesn't matter the size of the trailer, it's just the extra axles what does it. It doesn't seem like that's the case. And another thing too, I may have mentioned this already, is that, man, it just tows so well. The noise, vibration, and harshness that I'm used to being transmitted into the car, into the body of like a usual unitized crossover vehicle. Like you get none of that with the Chevrolet Equinox EV. You just don't. And my wife drives a Ford Explorer, a 2020 model, and front engine rear wheel drive, unitized chassis. This is better. This vehicle here tows better. So here we are, 100 miles in on the trip, and we're currently at 2.3 miles per kilowatt hour. If you told me this car would get that good, towing 1,200 pounds of weight, I wouldn't have believed it. I was, optimistically hoping for 1.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Definitely not 2.3. That's in terms of gasoline, that's the equivalent of a gasoline crossover getting 78 miles to a gallon. And so what this tells me, what this lets me know is that next trip to the Smoky Mountains, I can charge this car all the way to 100%. And, if I want to get past just east of Chattanooga, charge up again, and then I'm there in the mountains with my motorcycle and my trailer and all my gear. And that's phenomenal. I think that's great. That's 200 miles on a full battery. Just, again, try to stay off the interstates and don't do 70 miles an hour. I've been keeping it consistently 55 to 60 miles an hour. That's where I've been at. And it seems to do really good with that. And again, it overperforms. It absolutely overperforms. I was not expecting this. And just how great it drives down the road. As I mentioned previously, in the noise, vibration, harshness department, it's just, it drives so good. So, yeah, I wish I could flip it around. So, there we are, towing the motorcycle. So I think it's safe to say Equinox EV does great towing. It really does. I went 120 miles right now at 2.4 miles per kilowatt hour, and I'm just really, really happy with how it drives and how it performs, honestly. So there you go. '25 Chevrolet Equinox 1LT, towing a BMW motorcycle and a 5x8 trailer.